Pamela had always resented her sister. Ever since her younger sister, Lily, was diagnosed with a chronic illness, their home had revolved around her. Doctors' appointments, special meals, and quiet moments that drained the energy from the once lively home. Pamela felt invincible, pushed to the background. Isn't it fair? Why does Lily always get all the attention? She would always say to herself, angrily. She hated the fact that all attention was poured on her sister and hated her for that. Day after day, Pamela harbored resentment. She avoided Lily, rolled her eyes whenever she coughed, and ignored the worried looks on their parents' face. She would walk out of the home whenever her help was needed. Isn't it better she just dies rather than having all of us worried about her every second? I'm sick and tired of all of this, she said angrily one morning, and got a resounding slap from her father. Then she walked out of the house angrily, wishing herself death, since it doesn't look to her like she existed in her own home. One morning, Lily started coughing while the parents were absent, and Pamela was the only one available to help. But instead of helping her sister with water, she started crying and shouting that she wished she was sick also, so attention could be given to her. Then she allowed her sister cough until she vomited, and when their parents rushed in, they quickly took their daughter to the hospital, leaving Pamela at home, whose frustration increased. 2 weeks later, at noon, Pamela woke up from a nap. She began to feel terrible. She felt feverish, weak, and was barely able to move. At first, she thought it was just a cold, but as days turned into weeks, Pamela found herself trapped in bed with aches and fatigue she couldn't shake. The doctor told her it was an autoimmune disease, much like her sisters, and Pamela was suddenly thrust into Lily's world. The endless exhaustion, the restlessness, and the way her parents fussed over her, just like they did to Lily. At first, she liked the attention, but it didn't take long for her to feel the same suffocation weight her sister must have carried for years. And subsequently, every glance at Lily was different, filled with a new understanding. She saw the pains behind Lily's forced smiles, and she felt remorseful, while Lily was already getting better and stronger. And 2 days later, Lily was whole again. One evening, Pamela was still on the sickbed. Lily walked to her to be there for her in case she needed anything. And when Pamela saw how kind her sister that she treated all wrong was being to her, she cried and apologized to her for all the wrong things she ever did. But it didn't take Lily a second to forgive her sister and encourage her. She gave her some optimistic words and kept assuring her that everything would be fine, which made Pamela feel better. In that moment, Pamela realized that love was stronger than resentment, and she regretted all the time that she had wasted hating someone who had needed her just as she needs her now. And from then, she loved her sister more than anyone else.